Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mark Bishop Show, where we talk to all sorts of wonderful business people, success stories, how they built the thing, how they got there, the trials and tribulations they've been through. Add to that, thought leaders, people who've led the way out there, not just successful businesses, but people, inventors. Inventors is a good one. Great things, because some stuff never gets anywhere, and yet it's brilliant. That's a shame. Other stuff gets everywhere, like this one today. My guest is Chief Executive Officer, Engineer, and an inventor. And Bob, his name is Bob. He earned his bachelor's degree in engineering from Georgia Institute of Technology back in the days when men were men and women loved them for it. 1968 was a good year. And he began studying for his master's in engineering and business. In 1972, he embarked on his career in air pollution control, engineering, manufacturing, and installing industrial systems throughout North America and in other parts of the world as well. Bit of a traveler. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Bob Labbe, just like a hotel lobby. Is that right, mate?
That's it, Mark. Thank you very much for having me today.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Some great sky behind you there. It looks like Florida. Is that right?
It is. I'm in Punta Gorda, Florida. I'm right on the Gulf of America.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. What have we got today? Blue skies, Arizona, and it's going to be hot today, but not as hot as Friday. We're back to the 101 for March. Think of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got hot, mate. I tell you, more drinking, and whether it's water or your favorite whatever, this is where you come in. Your career began with American Air Filter in 1968, and in 1972, you became a founding member of the first of three air pollution control companies that you led over 49 years. And it only took you 4 years to get there, Bob. How on earth did you do that?
Well, it was, the hardest thing I ever did in my life was getting through Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's a very difficult school. And back in those days, the freshman and sophomore years were like going to in the Marine Corps of education.
Right.
They put you through the ringer. And so those 4.5 years I spent at Georgia Tech were the toughest years of my life, but they taught me how to think. Okay, and I'll be forever grateful for that.
So it was like your own SEAL training sort of thing.
So to speak. That's correct.
Right. Okay.
And then I got real lucky. Back in the 60s, the engineers were in great demand, and even though I was just kind of a B+ student, I had 23 job offers when I graduated.
Well, there you go.
Fortunately, I selected the right one in American Air Filter in Louisville, Kentucky, who really taught me my practical trade in air pollution control. They had a 6-month program, 40 hours a week, in training classroom with the exams and everything, and you learned the practicalities of the real world. Right. Georgia Tech was more theoretical. These guys were real. They took my theoretical education and put this practical stuff in it, and then I became a real engineer.
And from that, of course, that gave you the backing and everything else that you needed to be the inventor of what we're going to talk about now. Because I got to tell you, Bob, your pet peeve is one of my pet peeves anyway. Folks, you've experienced this too, right? You get a nice cold drink on a hot day, and it can't help it that the head either slides down. Well, you don't get many good head beers here in America, I'll tell you that. Depends where you go, in fairness. In Australia, Bob, they'd hang you. If they poured a beer like they do here with no decent collar head, the Vickers collar it's called, you'd be in trouble. I'm telling you, wouldn't keep your job. And it's the dishwasher that does it, mate, too. A lot of them are flat as a tack. You know what I mean? Nothing in them. But either way, they still drip down the side. And some joints don't even say, would you like a coaster? Would you like a napkin? Something to put the darn drink on. But instead they don't. And it's even worse when they don't offer you that. Now, What am I leading up to? Well, I'm leading up to this. It's the ultimate drink coaster. Drink coasters are meant to protect any surface from the water rings produced by cold beverages, but they aren't user friendly. So, Bob, who you can see right here, went to dinner one night, okay, with people or whatever. I tell you what, you tell the story, please, buddy. It's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I was the middle of October 2024. I was visiting my daughter in Decatur, right outside of Atlanta, and we had just booked dinner at a very nice restaurant. So we were all dressed up in our best clothes, and we were sitting around have a couple cocktails before we left. And she gave me a coaster that was actually a leather coaster,
Leather.
and I had my Manhattan on it, and I went to pick it up and take a sip of it. And the leather coaster stuck to the bottom of my glass, and it had condensate on it, and it tipped over, and it fell on my favorite silk tie, and really put a nice stain on it, and then it fell on my suit coat and on my pants, then on the cocktail table, and then on the floor, leaving a stain in every place it hit. So I was I was ending my career in the air pollution control business. I had another month and a half to go before I was retired.
Right.
And I said to my daughter, Kelly, I said, this has been a problem, and this has been a pet peeve of mine my whole life, but I just never had any time to address it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna address it now, because now I have time.
You're going to do something about it. It's funny how sometimes in life things come up, Bob, that just give you that last little prod, to make you go and do something, right?
That's exactly
ladies
right.
and gentlemen, this is what he did. It's quite amazing, really. It's called the ultimate coaster. Now, we've all experienced various coasters in our travels, in our lifetimes, somehow. He's talked about a leather one. Well, I've never had a leather one. Hang on. I think I might have had a leather one. Mainly that cardboard stuff, right?
Yeah,
or a napkin, whatever it is, and it sticks and it pops off and falls on you, or it's just soppy, and so much so it comes off the coaster and comes across the table. Then it can drip down on your pants and it looks like you peed yourself. Horrible stuff. So this guy says, I've had enough of this jazz, and what he does is, boom, look at this. Have a look at this inside here. See, that's where you can brand it, right? And this is what it is. So tell us all about how it works, Bob. Why is it the world's number one coaster?
Well, it's the only coaster, drink coaster in the world that really works. And the reason it really works is because it's engineered. And if you look at the coaster here, it's basically 4 inches in diameter, and it fits most any drink that you're going to have. But at any rate, what it does, it captures, conveys, collects, and contains the condensate in the reservoir.
Yes.
And at the top of the coaster, there's a grid. And
it looks like a great waffle, about the toaster.
Exactly. And then between each member of the grid, there is a 1 millimeter semicircle that is what we call a capillary.
Oh, I can
see.
So
what happens when the condensate comes off the bottom of your drink? By capillary action, it's pulled into the basin of the coaster, and you can collect up to 2 ounces of condensate in this coaster before you take it over to the sink and dump it in the sink. So it never gets on your furniture. It never gets on your clothes. It never gets on anything of value. And you can spend the whole night having drinks and talking with your friends and never worry about the condensate having more volume than the capacity of the basin.
Well, I got a couple of questions for you, Bob. I like to keep people honest. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, how many coasters does the average house in the developed world have in their home?
Well, presently, Mark, there's 24 coasters in the average home in the developed world. However, because homes are getting larger and the world is becoming more wealthy, you might say, that number is supposed to increase over the coming years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know exactly where that's going to go, but I'm sure there'll be as many as 30 or more
Right.
in the next 10 years or so. But that's a lot of coasters when you think that in the whole world, there's $2.2 billion worth of coasters sold every year.
Well,
And
there
then
you go. Well, that was now I'm starting to lean down these sorts of questions. All right. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to
okay,
be why they're so good. But you've got to
yeah,
weigh up a lot of things, and we're talking about for hotels, pubs, restaurants,
exactly.
commercially. Okay, they're turning over all the time, and they're always trying to save every dollar they can.
Right.
Okay, because it is a business. But they buy in stacks all these other cheap things, and you can get them branded and all the rest of it. But how does yours not fill up then and still spill if it's continually used? Or how much will it take before you've got to lift it up and then take it to the sink and then turn it over to empty it? Are you likely to spill it on the way to the sink? How does that
Well,
work?
well, it has enough capacity that you can take a drink and drink for 3 or 4 hours in an evening, and the condensate that comes off your drink normally will not more than fill the basin. So you got plenty of room, 20 milliliters
Right.
of capacity. And if you have to see it getting where it's more, all you do is take it and you dump it in the sink. You could throw these in dishwasher too. They're dishwasher safe,
You beat me
whether
to it. All right.
we
Okay.
have a UV printing on them or not, or whether
Well,
they're
what are
just
they
plain.
made of, Bob? What are they made of?
Well, it's an ABS plastic material. It's
Okay.
it's recyclable, and it's good to 210 degrees Fahrenheit. As far as heat, when you put it in the dishwasher, you can
Okay.
put a hot drink on it as well, and it'll keep a hot drink from heat branding your furniture too. So it's good for cold and hot.
Well, that's pretty good. But I just had a vision. I'd hate to put a lovely hot coffee on it, turn around 5 minutes later, and it's melted into it and stuck.
Yeah.
And you lift the
Well,
thing up, and now we've got that shit all over us. Anyway, what happens, Bob? It doesn't do that, right?
it doesn't do that. No. That'll
It's
take
pretty clever.
the hottest coffee you can put on there.
There you go. Hot and cold. Wow. Sounds like my women. Hey, drink coasters. They're meant to protect any surface from the water rings produced by cold beverages. Now we know it's hot as well. The stuff that's made today isn't user friendly. There's no doubt about it. And your story, how that happened, is terrific. So we know about how many in our house. What about colors? How many different colors can one get?
Well, you can get all the different Pantene colors there are. There's about 8 Pantene colors that you can
Wow.
get. You can get clear, you can get white and black. And the clear ones we use for branding because you can put, we sell them to golf courses and to bars and
Sure.
even to beverage companies, and they put their logos on them on the inside of the pan and
Right.
on the outside of the pan as here.
Right,
So
that
yeah,
one's on the table. Okay. So my
right,
question there is I was going to ask, you can get it sponsored, logoed, all that type of thing. Yes,
correct.
black on the white, and I can see where you've got the white on the black as well, right?
That's correct. You can do
So
that
okay, so
way.
that's printed on. Why can't one have a red coaster with perhaps blue writing on it?
You could certainly do that as well. You get all the Pantene colors that are available: red, white, blue, and all the shades of different colors in that
Okay,
eight
okay.
color mix. Yeah,
I should have got a slide off you for that. That's my bad, but never mind. To get an idea of what all the different, just in case somebody's watching and they want to order 10 million of them, you never know.
that's true. That's true. Well,
You can put a logo. What about condensation? We talked about that. That's pretty cool. 3 hours worth of freezing cold drinks. That's about a
right.
barbecue, right? And
Exactly.
you don't have to empty it once. It still just absorbs and takes. That's terrific.
Yeah.
It's good for hot drinks. You beat me on that one. Okay. So where does one buy these things from?
Well, you can get them. We sell them predominantly on Amazon. That's the big source of them, and also our website at ultimatecoasterco.com. So
Hmm.
you can order them either on Amazon or from our website,
Okay.
and that you can order any quantity you want. We have the capability of producing with, if you order a coaster with dual color printing of your logo,
Right.
we can produce about 500,000 of those a year right now with our one printer.
Wow.
And we take orders from 500 to 1,000 to 500 commercially, and we take orders as little as 100 for people that are using them for their own particular use.
Right. Right. So there's a bit of info there, folks, for Bob's. If you want to get hold of him, the company and the email and so on. But there's the website. It's good to have a good website, lots of stuff on it, information, all that you need. I think it's a great invention. I really do. And nobody else has ever done this that
No,
you know
there's
of.
right. As a matter of fact, when I came up with the idea and I made the drawings back in October, November of 2024, I had to take the AutoCAD drawings and give them to my patent lawyer, and he did the patent search in
Right.
January and February, and we searched the world over, so to speak, to see if we were conflicting with anybody's ideas, and
Right.
nobody had an idea like this. So we patented, and we just this last 2 weeks ago, we got the information for the United States Patent and Trade Office that
Good on you. Very good. So when you do something like that and you patent it, with this sort of thing, description is okay, but you've got to have drawings of it or pictures of it or sketches, right?
Exactly. And we had drawings, and we had to make a lot of claims, and we made a lot of claims with the patent, and we also have an international patent pending as well.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because you said, in the thousands. Are you international with sales on this? What other countries have got a hold of it?
Well, we manufacture in Missouri in the United States, and we also manufacture in Asia. So we can manufacture and provide coasters. We do all the manufacturing for North America and Europe out of the United States, and all the coasters for the Asian continent we manufacture.
Delivery, I can understand that. So it's good to hear and also see that somebody's, successful in business with an invention, but manufacturing it right here at home, which is pretty cool. And mate, these are great. Are they heavy? Very light? What?
They're very, very light. I think if you weighed them in an English system, they weigh about 4 ounces.
Oh, is that all? It sounds like a good beer. You could throw these at them. Give them to the Ukrainians. They'd use them with their drones. These things fly, I bet. Yeah, take that around. How many colors can they get printed? Okay, so all the Pantene colors we touched on.
Right.
They're around the world, so you must be a bigger company now than when you started. I bet you're not a lone dude like I am. You're not a one-man army, are you?
No, not really. We have our manufacturing in Missouri, and my daughter and son-in-law actually run the company, and they have a manufacturing facility right there in Pacific, Missouri. We have a 10,000 square foot warehouse where we house all of these coasters and do all the printing and packaging and shipping.
Right.
And so we have sales and marketing people. And so last year, 2025 was our first year that we took the product to market, and sales have been very, very good. And we're very pleased. We sold in excess of about 50,000 units the first year. And we've gotten orders significantly more the first quarter of this year. So things looks pretty good. Yeah.
I was just sort of wondering, if things have changed with drinking habits. I'm not sure, but, with at home, it's very different here, I've found, in America. Maybe it's just Arizona. But at the end of the day, there's cops everywhere in Australia. You come out of your golf club and they'll book you. It's murder. But they're also trying to save people on the roads from drink driving as well.
That's
Now,
true. Yeah.
you'll talk about top sales of this. It's more and more people, and not just commercially then. It's domestic that are buying them because they're practical. I guess they last longer, well, if you're washing them, what is the lifetime of one of these if you're putting it in the dishwasher?
Well, even if you put the permanent UV printing in two colors on these things, we absolutely don't know how long they'll last, to be truthful. But we do believe, we know the UV printing. We put them through hundreds of dishwasher cycles, and we believe that the plastic itself, or the ABS plastic, will virtually last indefinitely.
Right.
And the UV printing, being that it's permanent, we've had over 1,000 dishwasher cycles that we've tested this with, and we have not had any of the ink that we printed on removed from any of the coasters that have been in the test.
That's pretty good, mate.
That's about all we know at this point. Yeah.
So you must put the thing in before the squares go in. On the bottom's okay to print it, but for it to be underneath the waffle, as I call it, that is not included yet then in the manufacturing.
Well, this is actually a two-piece device. It's the grid that you see on top is friction fitted to the base unit.
Okay.
So what you could take your fingernail and pull the grid out. So
you can
in two pieces.
Okay.
Yes, you can take the grid out completely.
Right.
But we, there's really no need to do that, and just in case you just want to. But it's a two-piece construction, but the grid fits on a friction fit basis into the bottom pan.
Fantastic. There you go. Well, the only other thing I can think of is you bring a few over here and I'll stick them out on the bitumen on a hot day in Arizona. If they don't melt, they're darn good.
Yeah,
we have a joke. You can cook an egg on the road. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can believe that. I've been in Arizona when it's pretty hot, so I know what you're talking about.
No, the rest of the year's perfect. We've only got about 3 months of a little bit uneasy, but it's not humid. It's not where you are in Florida, right? You're in Florida, right?
I'm in Florida. It gets humid down here. Very honestly, Mark, my wife and I, being that we traveled, we traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico in the winter normally.
Yeah, been there.
And then we spend the summer months in Southern California, and we only spend
bloody snowbirds, mate. That's what you are. You don't have any pain at all. You get out when the going gets dark.
We stay in St. Louis in the spring and fall, so we're what you call good fair weather friends.
Yeah, well, mate, Arizona, I tell you what, you talk about snowbirds. We are the capital when it comes to snowbirds, and we know it too because of the driving and it doesn't matter. But you know what? Thank God they do come because the economy's massive with them, The ultimatecoastercompany.com. Oh, I know what I was going to share with you. It was quite funny. You brought back an old memory to me when you talk about the print and when you do the printing. Years and years ago, my wife and I, it was the first time I went to, was it Utah? It was, I expected this massive waterfall, but it was this little waterfall in the main drag. I can't just think of the town. The bottom line was we bought a business called Print, and we had to go there to get training, right? And it's like pulling a beer in a pub. I had to pull the arm, we'd press one, pull the arm, press one. Pull. Mate, by the time you do 10,000 of those, you've had enough. Needless to say, commissioned out to other people to do the damn work. I got a sore arm. But that was good print, and that did hold as well. And these days, nearly every golf ball's got something on it. There's something everywhere. I like the idea of the sponsorship. I would see this also as a great fundraiser, perhaps.
It is. Yeah, it's a very good promotional product. And the big beverage companies have shown a great deal of interest in it. We've had various charitable foundations that are interested in as a fundraising device. Gosh,
Interesting.
there's so many political organizations, the 4-H, the NRA. We've had
boy.
enormous golf courses,
Yeah.
sports teams. I mean,
Yes,
it's really
Your boys would be busy, I'd say. But I'm surprised when you said like retail, you just stick it up on Amazon. I mean, what would we do without Amazon? Tell me.
That's true. I mean,
I mean,
Amazon, it really makes it easy. Yeah.
but it started off with books for heaven's sake, and look at it now. You can buy a false set of teeth if you want. They're my coasters. But there you go. So you've got a retail side of it with Amazon. I got to ask you, how much are they, Bob?
Well, retail, they go with the holder. There's 4 coasters in a holder, and retail we're selling them for $24.99. And when we put them on sale, they're $19.99 for 4.
Okay.
And so that's the retail market, and there's a retail price and a retail sales price.
Well, the time you bought other coasters, mate, it adds up, and they're rotting away and getting wet, and you got to turf them out. $24.99, it lasts nearly forever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we that's the only problem we see with our business is the fact that if you buy these, you never really ever have to replace them. So we don't have any replacement business. It's a one-time sale.
You'll have to add on, mate. You'll have to add on.
Yeah, they can do. They can add on, and
What's
it's amazing.
After coasters, what's next? You're an engineer. Come on, go and do a robot or something.
Well, I did. I think I mentioned to you that I had written this book called "Putting by the Numbers," and that's my other post career invention.
So I'd be interested in that, and we'll get you on Nothing Like a Good Book for that one. That's
okay.
Good. Well, listen, this has been terrific, my friend. I got a couple of minutes left. Is there anything you'd like to add, Bob, at all?
Only the fact that to your audience, if you really want to buy a coaster that really works and you can use it in any place in your home, or if you want to use it for your company and send it to your customers, you can rest assured that you're giving them a quality product that they'll enjoy.
Yeah, 4 to a pack. So boxes, I guess, yeah. So how do people find you commercially? I mean, you've got sales teams, you've got director of sales guy. I mean, how as a company, how are you getting out there other than Amazon, right?
Well, of course, we handle a lot of our sales directly from the Ultimate Coaster Company. And with our phone number, you dial right into the phone number and you can talk to one of the salespeople there, or you can just email us.
Did you say you can actually talk to somebody?
Absolutely.
You serious?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'll ring just for the hell of it to hear a human voice. Answer a phone.
Yeah,
no,
I hear you.
Smart. Whatever it costs you, don't ever give that up, Bob.
Yeah,
don't ever go to bots. I don't care what anybody says to you, no matter how good they think they can make them. There's nothing better than, g'day, I'm the Ultimate Coaster. I'm real. My name's Dick. What's yours?
That's right.
Whatever. But
and generally speaking, when you call the Ultimate Coaster Company, Stacy, who's my daughter, she generally answers the phone and she passes it off to somebody else that can handle your order or something, So,
right. No,
but that number is 314-691-2669. You can call that, or you can go to www.ultimatecoasterco.com, and you can either text, you can email, or you can call, and we're there for you.
Now, Bob, I've got the wrong number up. I've got 314-288-8785.
Yeah, that's my number. Okay.
Oh,
and that you can call me too, because
so look at that. You can call the owner of the company. That's service.
That's correct. You can call me anytime. I'll be happy to handle your order.
Give me that other number right now, please, Bob. What was it again?
It's 314.
314. Hang on. 314. Yes.
691.
691 dash and
2669.
2669.
Right.
Okay, 31. That's and that is the direct
Direct dial
company
number for the company. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add that to it as well because this plays around for a long time, so somebody can get the number. And that is, it's called the Ultimate Coaster Company, right?
Ultimate Drink Coaster Company. Yes.
The Ultimate Drink Coaster Company. The Ultimate Drink. I try to get all this stuff prepared normally before an interview. The Ultimate Drink Coaster. And I've been so busy lately. Company, COMPANY. But now we've got it for future. Company. There we go. So let's do that, and let's do that, and let's do this. Look at that. Magic. Oh, look at drink. Capital R in there. Well, that's what it is. It's drink.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Drink. Give me a drink. 314-691-2669. That's the Ultimate Drink Coaster Company, ladies and gentlemen. What a great product and a great idea. And thank you for coming on the show. I wish you well with this. And is it in Australia yet? Tell me.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet, but we certainly intend to get there.
All righty.
Okay.
Well, you tell your boys up there, up in the director of sales but then again, you go direct. You don't need me. I'd charge a commission or something, and you don't need that. Can't make
Well,
all
of our representatives are earning good commissions from us. So
are they really?
If you got a representative there in Tucson that you can hook us up with, we'll be happy to work with them.
All righty. All right. Well, you've got my number. I'm not scared of work, and it's getting bloody hot, I'll tell you. I don't know, but I'll go out and do it. I need the cash flow.
Okay, sounds good, Mark.
Google's charging me more and more every week. I can't afford it.
Well, Mark, I want to thank you for having me again. And
you're most welcome, Bob. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, I wish you well, bud. Okay. So,
all right.
Bob Labbe, the same as a hotel lobby, an inventor and a founder of TUDCC, the Ultimate Drink Company, the Ultimate Drink Coaster, and what a heck of a guy, nice fella. And I'll catch you up later, okay, mate? You be good.
All right. Take care.
What an interesting color. Yeah, what a great product too. It's very smart indeed. So Amazon or Amazon for home, and then of course you've got your pubs, your restaurants, golf clubs, and they probably will end up with them as well. So there you go. Thanks for joining the show. I forget to remind people, follow the show if you would. Do what you got to do on YouTube and other places. I'd appreciate that. It helps it a little bit. And we'll get some interesting people coming up in the new year, a little bit later on, because we've got to have a break on that side of things, and then we'll bring up Nothing Like a Good Book. So if you know any authors that need some help, realistic fee, they get marketed profusely. It's not just the interview, it's all the stuff afterwards. So you never know. All right. So take care. It's been an absolute pleasure. See you in the next episode, hopefully.